Hello and welcome to the spring semester of 2021. I hope everyone is well and has been safe and had a great break. I'm Dr. Philip Parisi and I will be your instructor for the classes that I'm going to discuss right now. I'd like you to be aware that this video covers all 5 classes that I'm teaching this semester. So we have digital photography, we have photography 1 at Johnson and Linden, history of photography, and advanced digital photography. What I will be doing is I will be going over the format of how each of these classes have been set up with a brief overview of what your semester may look like, and then we'll be picking this all up when we get together on Monday and Tuesday of this. I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and I will start this in just a second. I'm going to start with the dashboard. All of you hopefully have been familiarized with how Canvas works. First place you go can be the dashboard, and as you can see, I have my 5 classes up. I've included some imagery with them. You also can go and click on courses, and if you click on courses, you will get a list of published courses. My courses right now are not published because I want to add this video, but you will see them published quite soon. You also have an option to look at the calendar. So you can see that if you go to the calendar, you will also, what you will see is not only will I put in my classes, but you will also see the assignments for your particular class with me. If you have any faculty that is also using either graded discussions, which we will be using, or assignments, and possibly both, they will show up here on your calendar. So this is a really good place to look. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the general structure of my classes, and I'm going to start with digital photography. So I'm going to click here. What you're seeing right now, and you will see as I go through all of the classes that I'm teaching, I'm in faculty view right now. You will not see everything that's here, and as you can tell, all of these little icons are grayed out because I have not actually opened the classes yet. I will do that once I post this video. Every class is going to have a watch this first video, which is what I'm recording at the moment. Next, you will have the course. In this case, it's digital photography course information and resources. If you open this module, you will see that I have the syllabus. You will have a course schedule, which has been extracted from the syllabus. So you have a one-stop shopping of what's coming up, what is due, and the due dates. I have instructor office hours and tutoring hours and other information. Next heading is Zoom meetings. You have this, you can use the same link every week for Zoom meetings. I made a recurring Zoom meeting for each one of our classes. Also my virtual office hours, which are Monday from 1 o'clock to 2:30, and also by appointment. For digital photography, the 2 Photo 1 classes and advanced photography, I have provided students with a link to either an iPhone or an Android DSLR app, which is digital single reflex app for your phone. For those students that do not have access to a digital DSLR camera. For those students that are on the Linden campus, we will have a small amount of cameras available for sign out. It is on a first come, first served basis. You will need to be COVID tested if you are working remote, so be aware of that. For all the classes but history of photography, I have provided you with a PDF link to the complete digital photography text. It is a large PDF file, so just be patient. For digital photography, the 2 Photo 1 classes and advanced digital, once I find out what every student who has a camera, what the camera model and make is. I will be posting the PDF versions of your manual. That does two things for us. One, if you don't have the manual, you'll have access to one. And if you have questions about your particular camera, this allows me to be able to go into your manual and reference ways that I can answer the question, especially if I don't know the answer. Because I am a Nikon and a Fuji user. I do not have any access to a Canon camera at the moment, or a Sony, or a Pentax. If you have one of those cameras, having your manual available will be helpful. I plan on recording all of our class lectures, which I will post in the video in class lecture module up at the top. I'll explain something that's a little different with history of photography in a second. So I'm going to scroll down, because what I want you to be aware of is I go in ascending order, not descending order for my classes, which is the classic way that Canvas is set up. So you will have week 1 open, and then when we hit week 2 will be on top of week 1, etc., so that as you access each current week, it's at the top of your Canvas desktop. If you'd like to go and look at other previous weeks, you can just scroll down. But by the time we get to week 8, 9, and 10, you're going to find out that if you have to scroll down all the way to the bottom to find them, it becomes a little bit more arduous than necessary. So I'm going to open up for digital photography week 1, because all of the classes are set up very similarly. You have Zoom meetings, so you have an access to our class meeting Zoom link and my office hours. Occasionally, depending on how it goes, I will possibly be adding at the top of this a watch this first video to give you an overview of what's going on any given week. This may not be every week, but I will be doing it periodically. The next section header is discussions, and this is the work that is due. So I give you an overview of what the assignment is and when it's due. Also, so there are 2 basic assignments here. Following that, I do provide you with support links. So these are links that are related to the work that you have to do over the first week. In this particular instance, these are just sort of more generic links than anything else. I've also provided you with a general photography lecture, how you post to the discussion forums. Now, I know this says posting selfies. We're not doing a selfie assignment in any of the classes, but this is a lecture that I created when digital photography was an online class. And then I've also provided you, which you can use to post images right into the discussion. But since we will be working with multiple images on a weekly basis, I have provided you with a lecture on how to use Office 365, it's OneDrive. So that's where you'll post your images, and then you'll copy and paste that link into the discussion forum for any given week. Be aware that Canvas only allows file sizes of up to 500 megabytes. By the time you start posting 10 to 20 images a week, you are going to exceed that limit very much. Next is, if there is specific readings for any given course, I give you the page numbers and what you should be reading. Be aware that the complete digital photography course textbook will be used in digital photography and the 2 Photo 1 classes. They are not in sequence, the chapters, and they are structured as week 1, 2, and 3 in the textbook, so don't be confused. Next is relevant links. These links will open in a new browser tab, and they will be relevant to any work that we're doing. Be aware for Photo 1, the Photo 1 students, which are our black and white class, that some of these links, for instance, Cambridge in color, the references will be in color. The material is technically based and will be relevant to understanding how to use your digital camera. So that is generally how I have it set up. So for digital photography, you can see that I am going progressively up to do various different assignments. There will be a mid-term project, and then we will wind up the last 4 weeks of the semester to work on our final projects. So again, we start with course information, we have the syllabus, and again, everything is set up exactly the same way. I will provide manuals as required, and the structure is exactly the same. It starts with week 1 and moves its way up to week 15. That goes also for the Linden, this is the Johnson class, so exactly the same. Advanced digital photography does follow the same format, but those students in this class will find that there are certainly different sets of modules. Where history of photography, this is history of photography, where this varies is that this course does not have weekly assignments. You have 3 quizzes, you will have 2 mini projects, and you will also have a final project presentation. For this class, there will be 2 video lecture modules. Now, you're not going to see these modules opened until after each individual week. This first module with lectures 1 through 11 at the moment, these are scripted lectures that I edited and recorded so that they flow in a very concise manner. I will also be providing you with the in-class lectures, which tend to be a little free-flowing. Quizzes have a separate module. When the quizzes are scheduled, I will provide you with a link embedded in the given week that you have set up. And again, we're going to be going through this in an ascending order. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, like that. That's this in a nutshell. If you have any questions, let me know. My email address is philip.parisi@nvu.vsc.edu or northernvermont.edu. So either way works. And I do also suggest that you seriously pay attention to your email. Those of you that have had me in the past know that I send out a myriad of emails, sometimes one right after the other, which I've already done, I think, last week. So I'm looking forward to working with all of the classes. I hope that you all stay safe. And I will see you during our class time on Monday and Tuesday. Have a good afternoon. Bye.